Hey guys, this is going to be another quick Linux command video. Check the link in the description for more info and for copy and paste examples. The Linux tail command is used to display the end of a file. It's commonly used to check the latest changes to log files and to monitor these log files in real time. So let's take a look at a quick example here. We have a couple files. Let's run tail on test1. Now this shows the end of the file. The full file is like this. It's a whole lot more lines. So any case, say if you only wanted the last 5 lines of a file instead of the last 10 by default, you can say -n and specify a 5 or whatever number you like. And there you go, only 5 lines. So you can also do this, and normally you're just going to be using lines, but if for whatever reason you wanted, you can also specify characters. So you could say -c and get the last 5 characters. Or you could do the last 50 characters if you like. So the other common use case for this is to follow a log file. So let's give this a shot. Well, before we show that, let's try tailing 2 files at once. So tail test1 and test2. So here we can tail both of them at once, and it's not following. You can actually follow like this. Now you could do something like this. You could echo into one of the files like this every couple seconds, and you're going to see we're tailing this file, so we're seeing updates to test2. We could go ahead and, whoops, yeah, we could, yeah, anyways. So you can, in fact, tail and follow 2 log files at the same time. I'm going to show you a real example of how you would actually do this with a with an actual. Oh, and one thing to point out real quick, it shows a header when you do 2 log files, so you can suppress that header with a Q. And if you don't use the -Q, it's going to have headers. Now, if you only use one file, you're going to notice there's no header, but you can use a -V to explicitly tell it that you want a header that shows you the file name. So, any case, let's do a real example. So, let's look in var log. And one of the larger files in here, we have dpackage. Now, I don't know if any of these are really actively being logged to. I'm not sure what a great example would be, but let's take a look at this anyways. So, say tail and -F to follow it. And so anything that gets updated in this log file, you'll see this will just keep scrolling up and adding anything new that gets logged. You'll see it as it's added in real time. Now, since this is a really large log file, for example, if you were to cat it out, actually that went pretty quick, but it's relatively large. Any case, sometimes you're going to get log files that are like multiple gigabytes, and those are a whole lot more difficult to deal with. But any case, you might want to see more info than like if you do this, you only see this much. Maybe if you had like a big core, like if you had a whole bunch of output, there's a good chance you want to see a whole lot more than that by default. So a common thing that I basically almost muscle memory, I will say -N 1000. Usually that's just a good, just to make sure you get everything. So you can run tail -N 1000 -F and the log file name. So you're going to follow it and you're going to get the last 1,000. So see here, you're getting the last 1,000 things written to the log file. So you can scroll up, look at whatever recent things might have happened, and then you can just sit here and watch whatever is happening in real time. That's useful, for example, if you have like a server that's behaving badly or is having trouble. You might look for any recent errors that happen. You might scroll up a little bit and then go back down and just tail the file for anything new that's happening. So that's a common use case. And I think that's about everything we wanted to cover for the tail command. So remember, check the links in the description for more info. Hit the subscribe button for more useful content like this. We also have a ton of other more interesting content covering things like coding, hardware, software, servers, Raspberry Pis, 3D printing, and a whole lot more. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.